Welcome to Code Effectively. Today we are going to study another topic in Swift programming language that is known as the while loop. So in the previous video we'll have a look over what is for loop. So similarly we need a while loop. Basically while loop is also an iterative loop. In this iterative loop what happens is like if you have few statements that needs to be repeated or you need to repeat them for fixed number of time or you do not know the time or the number in advance, then you use a while loop. Like let's say I have a number that is as of now is equals to 5, so I want to just display the number 5 times. So you can do this with the while loop also. What you can do, you can just write while, and you can say I is equals to 5 times, you want to repeat it 5 times, and then here you can just print the number you want, as simple as that. So basically in y, and here you can initialize like where I is equals to 5. Simple. This is your program that you can write. Okay, but where basically we use while loop is when we do not know like how many times our loop will run in advance, like how many times it will run in advance. You do not know the time. Like here if we say I want a number, like I want, if there is a number this, and I want to reverse the number, so the reverse of the number would be this. So when I do not know like what the number could be, okay, the number could be of any length, so I do not know how many times the loop will run. In that case you need a while loop. So whenever I am asking, like I just write a program to count the number of digits in the number. Okay, so you have to count the number of digits given in the number. So here if I say the number is 8974, so you do not know, like this time I am entering 4 digit number, so the count will be 4. If I now enter 7771111, so now the digits would be more different, and it would be 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. The digit would be 8. So for this the number is varying, so my for this while loop, whatever my while loop will run, the amount will vary. First the digits are 4, so it will vary for 4 first. Now the digits are what, it's 8, so now loop will run 8 times, but I do not know the count. I am working upon some other condition. So for let's say the number of digits I need to calculate, so my loop will be while the number is not equals to 0. So the number could not be equals to 0, and here I will write the logic to count the number of digits. So basically, okay, so now I do not know like till when the number will not be 0. Here after 4 times the number will not be equals to 0. Okay, and after fourth, when it will run for the fifth time, then the number would be equal to 0. My loop will not execute. In this, for the second number, that is 777 4 times 1, here in this for 8 times my number will not be equal to 0. On the 9th time it will be 0. So I, for the 8 times, I do not know how many times my loop will run. So when I cannot predict in present like what will be the count of the loop, I use a while loop. As simple as that. Okay, so now let's run here and see like in the playground like how things are going to work. Okay, so now let's remove first this, and now let me take a variable first, and we can take a variable and initialize it by 100. As simple as that, I. And now simply we can run this while loop for the first time. Okay, while I is greater than 0, I will take this simple statement as of now. Okay, and I will here simply print I, and in the next line I will decrease my I. Okay, simple. I minus equals to 1. So it will run for 100 times, as simple as that. So let's see, and it will run. Okay, so it's running. You can see here it is written 100 times. It ran for 100 time, and it is what printing? It is printing. Okay, in this line run for 1 time, and this line also, this is how the value of I is being decreased. As you can see, from 100 it started to 0. Okay, and for the output you can see over here also, this is how first the value was 100 and then slowly it went to 1. So here it is similar to the for loop, only you cannot see in the playground, but the point is in the playground you can see how the value of I has been decreased. That's the beauty of your playground. Okay, so I can just hide this and this, and when I'm going for the number, I was telling you for the number sake. Okay, so now let's assume like we can put this variable as number, and as of now let's take the number as 4-digit number. After this, what we can do, we can take a while loop, and while in the while loop we can say when the number is not equals to 0, as simple as that, as I told you. And here we will be just printing the each digit of the number. Okay, so as simple program, what you can do here, you can take where r is equals to number modulus 10, and here you can just print your remainder, and here you can just update the number again, then the number would be number mod 10, as simple as that. So now you can see here, I know that the by looking at the digits I can say the number will run for 4 times, but in the while loop we cannot predict like till when the number will be 0. It depends upon the user how many times. So here it is running for the 4 times. Okay, if I just now increase the value of the number, you can see now the while loop is running another for 7 times. That was I was telling you. So in while loop we cannot tell what is the length of the number and at what time the number will become to 0. So here we do not know like in advance the number of iterations that will be performed. That's why we use while loop when the number of iterations are not been performed. But here you can see the each digit has been printed. Okay, in reverse order. It's 999, then 999 1001. The output is as simple as that. So I hope you understood like what is while loop and when we should use. That's it for this video.